Good afternoon and welcome in to Tarble Pavilion for the second game of our doubleheader. The women of Swarthmore and Franklin and Marshall played earlier today, and now the men will tip off. Let's meet the starting lineup first for the visiting Franklin and Marshall Diplomats. Starting at guard, a 6'4" senior from Bolton, Massachusetts, number 0, Justin Purse. Starting at guard, a 6'2" sophomore from Wynwood, Pennsylvania, number 4, Omar Nichols. Starting at guard, a 6' junior from East Brunswick, New Jersey, number 11, Travis Cumber. Starting at forward, a 6'6" sophomore from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, number 24, Josh Parra. And starting at guard, a 6'3" freshman from Ardmore, Pennsylvania, number 33, John Seidman. Head coach for the Diplomats in his third year is Nick Nishay, assisted by Nick Monroe and Ryan Hill. And the starting lineup for the home squad, the Swarthmore Garnet. At guard, a 6' senior from Charlottesville, Virginia, number 14, Ryan Ingram. At guard, a 6'1" sophomore from Aston, Pennsylvania, number 23, Vinny D'Angelo. At guard, a 6'3" junior from Clark, New Jersey, number 24, George Visconti. At guard, a 6'3" senior from Greenwich, Connecticut, number 31, Connor Harkins. And at forward, a 6'6" sophomore from Lynchburg, Virginia, number 50, Michael Capriz. Head coach for Swarthmore is Landry Kosmolski. He's assisted by Shane Leffler, Bill Turley, and TJ Ferrick. Swarthmore on the year, 10-1 this season overall, 4-0 in the Centennial, tied for first place in the conference with Hopkins. The Garnet ranked 18th in the nation. And they're taking on a Franklin and Marshall squad who's 4-6 overall this season and 1-2 in Centennial Conference action. Swarthmore dressed in its home white. Franklin and Marshall dressed in its road blue. Officials for today's contest, Vince Pease, Ryan Early, and Scott Rush. And we are underway at Tarble Pavilion as the Garnet win the tip. The Garnet feature the best scoring offense in the conference, and they're off to a hot start as Connor Harkins drops in a rainbow triple. Harkins came in with a 48.6% three-point percentage, third in the conference. He's an absolute sniper from the outside. Jumper off target for Nichols, and here come the Garnet the other way. Harkins over to D'Angelo. Vinny D'Angelo, a sophomore guard, a talented scorer for Swarthmore this year. Whistle and a foul is called against Franklin and Marshall. This is going to be a blocking foul against Travis Cumber. Visconti to get it in. D'Angelo. Now Visconti good for 2. Visconti came into today averaging 15 points per game on 49.5% shooting from the floor and 42% shooting from distance. So he's another sniper out there for Swarthmore. Nichols on the drive. 8 to shoot for Franklin and Marshall, and an offensive foul is called on Justin Purse for an illegal screen. So a slow start offensively for the Diplomats. D'Angelo across the timeline against the pressure by Cumber. Foul on the entry pass. And if that's against Cumber, which it is, he picks up 2 quick fouls. So Nick Nishay will have to bring a sub off the bench. Cumber goes off, replaced by Sam Davison, a 6-foot freshman from Marion Station, PA. Jumper off target. The rebound was in the hands of Michael Capriz, but he didn't have a lane for a clean pass as he turns it over into the Diplomats bench. Para swings, there's Nichols. Purse feeds the block. Para with the clean look inside. Josh Para, the 6'6" big man, came into today averaging 9 points and 6 boards per contest. Whistle here, and well, looks like one of the electrical caps on the floor came loose. So the officials sort things out. The shot clock will remain at 27 seconds. Full court pressure here from the Diplomats. Ingram guarded by Nichols. Capriz on the wing, puts it on the deck. Capriz inside, and he finishes off glass. Michael Capriz, the big man, with his first basket today. As the ball goes out of bounds, turnover by the Diplomats. Seidman couldn't keep it in. And a pair of subs check in for Swarthmore. George Corzine and Abbas Salah come in for the first time today. 7-2 is the score in favor of Swarthmore. Visconti in the post. 5 to shoot. Visconti outside. Tough three for Harkins, and the foul! Connor Harkins with the 4-point play. There was no room for Harkins to get it off, but he was able to fire from distance anyway. The basket went through, and here he is with a chance for one more. Sub into the game for Franklin and Marshall. It's number 23, Kane Feutner. As Harkins delivers with the free throw, 7 points for him now, as he's 2 for 2 from distance. And the Garnet with a 9-point advantage early on in the contest. Feutner swings to the top of the key. That's Seidman. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Seidman, tough shot off glass. Salah picked up by Nichols. Corzine over to D'Angelo. D'Angelo no good on the layup. Para collects the miss. Nichols around a screen. Bounce pass for Para, stolen by Salah. Good recovery. He kicks to an open triple. Visconti too strong. But another look here for the Garnet. Harkins, cash. Connor Harkins, 3 for 3 from downtown. He's an ATM, an automatic 3-point machine. And it's a 10-point advantage for Swarthmore with 15:30 to play in the first half. Para no good on the lay-in. Met at the rim by Corzine. Harkins gives. D'Angelo into the lane, and that's good. Smooth finish by Vinny D'Angelo, who is averaging 17 points per game for Swarthmore, their leading scorer. And now a foul is called against George Visconti. His first against Swarthmore. Subs into the game for both teams with 15:09 to play here in the first half. No media timeout just yet. Inbound deflected out by Corzine, so it stays with the Diplomats. Mark Suchy having difficulty getting the ball in here. Still no one open for Suchy as he finds Julian Thomas just before a 5-second call is made. Thomas, a 6'2" sophomore out of Allentown, Pennsylvania. Davison picks up his dribble, swings to Thomas. 8 on the shot clock. Feutner, too strong. And Caprizi skies for the rebounds. Caprizi inside the Sala. Mulvey, open triple for Ingram, no good, but another offensive board for Caprizi. Mulvey jacks up a triple and it's net. Swarthmore bombing away from deep as the Garnet lead 19-4. Swarthmore 4 for 6 from downtown. And they came into today as the top three-point shooting team. Checked at the third best three-point shooting team by percentage in the conference, but they can really bomb it. As this pass goes out of play, it's a turnover by Franklin and Marshall. Aiden Godfrey checks in for Swarthmore, and a timeout taken by the Diplomats with 14 minutes to play in the first half. Swarthmore all over Franklin and Marshall early in this contest. We'll take a break. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Swarthmore basketball live from Tarble Pavilion. "15-point lead for Swarthmore over Franklin and Marshall with 14 minutes left to go in the first half. Connor Harkins already in double figures with 10 points for the Garnet. Chris Markowitz here at Tarble Pavilion, and Harkins on fire to start. 3 for 3 from the floor. All 3 of those shots have been from distance, including an and one for a 4-point play. So Connor Harkins on fire here in the first half. Mulvey guarded tightly by Thomas. Caprizi swings to Ingram. 10 on the shot clock. Ingram picks up his dribble. 4 to shoot. Caprizi on the drive. His shot rejected. Feutner got there for the block, and it's a shot clock violation. Solid team defense by the Diplomats to cause a turnover. Franklin and Marshall has struggled offensively as a team, 2 for 4 from the floor, and they've turned it over 4 times. The entry pass hauled in by Suchy. Feutner on the baseline. Strong layup, no good for Jake Perry. Here comes the Garnet the other way. Three-pointer, too strong, but the rebound goes to Mulvey. His layup no good. Thomas, baseline drive, met by two defenders, but it doesn't matter. Julian Thomas with his first basket today. Foul on the baseline. Godfrey went up with it and got bumped by Feutner. So it's free throws for Aiden Godfrey, the 6'8" freshman. Godfrey on the year, averaging just under 10 minutes per contest for Swarthmore, putting up 4 points per game in that time. Visconti and D'Angelo return for Swarthmore along with Harkins, with 12 minutes and 24 seconds left to go in the first half. As Corzine sprints to the scorer's table, and he'll re-enter now to take the spot of Godfrey. 15-point lead once again for Swarthmore as the Garnet go to a light press here. Perry double teamed on the left wing. Good skip pass. And the layup high off glass is good for Mark Succi. So Succi with his first basket. And this is an offensive foul against D'Angelo, who used the left arm to extend against Sebastian Charles. Nice play there by Charles, the freshman from Roselle, New Jersey. Perry around a screen into the lane, kicks outside to Davison. Thomas gives it up, and the layup good plus the foul. Mark Succi with the bucket. Well executed on the pick and roll. Thomas went around the screen. Succi dove to the basket, and Thomas set him up perfectly. Foul is on Corzine. That's his first third team foul against Swarthmore. Rebound brought in by Corzine. D'Angelo somehow gets the ball back. There were a pair of defenders there, and the three too strong for Mulvey. Perry, nice move to get inside, but off target on the layup. 15 on the shot clock. Thomas on the baseline. Davison. Now Charles. 6 seconds to shoot. Thomas around a screen, and a foul is called against Charles for an illegal screen. And that's the second time we've had a call in this game against the Diplomats for an illegal screen, as Sala re-enters for Swarthmore with 11:04 to play in the first half. Sala outside. Visconti. Clean block by Perry. Good defense there to poke the ball loose. Davison blocked, and it's rejected by Corzine. Here come the Garnet the other direction. Sala knifes through, and he'll go to the line. Nearly had the and one, but didn't get the bounce. So Abba Sala goes to the line, the 6-foot senior from Potomac, Maryland. Sala on the year, 5 for 12 from the free throw line. Omar Nichols re-enters here for the Diplomats. Nichols has not scored yet. He's one of 3 players who averages in double figures for Franklin and Marshall. Two for 2 trip to the line there for Sala, who's at 50% now on the year. 7 for 14 from the stripe. 13-point advantage for Swarthmore. The Garnet have led by as many as 15 points here in the first half. Charles, shut off on the drive by Harkins. 6 to shoot. Nice move by Suchi to get open, and he drops it in for 2. Mark Suchi with a couple key buckets here in the first half for Franklin and Marshall. He's got 6 points to lead the Diplomats. Thomas puts it on the deck. Outside for Suchi. Can't connect for 3, and it's a wedgie as the ball is trapped between the iron and the backboard. Subs in for both teams. Michael Capri's returns for Swarthmore. And John Seidman re-enters for Franklin and Marshall. It's a jump ball, so the Diplomats have it on an inbound. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Seidman on a skip pass. Thomas drives in. His shot partially deflected, and then Capri's, who blocked the shot, rips in the rebound. D'Angelo with the finish. Vinny D'Angelo goes coast to coast and bumps the lead back up to 13 points. D'Angelo with 4 points in the contest. Godfrey re-enters for Swarthmore. Para comes back in for Franklin and Marshall with 9:09 left to go in the first half. In the corner, that's Nichols, guarded by Sala. Thomas over to Charles. Now Seidman backs in on the high post, finds Nichols. Nichols, rhythm tray, air ball, forced his shot. Ingram euros into the lane and drops it in with the left hand. Ryan Ingram with a fancy finish, and the lead back up to 15 for Swarthmore. Para to Charles. Charles with some contact, and it rolls in. Sala to the corner, good movement. Capri's no good. The big fella tried his luck from distance. Capri's can shoot the 3 a little bit, 2 for 8 from downtown this year. 3 on the other end, off target for Seidman. And the floorboard goes to Ingram. D'Angelo, good feed inside, which leads to free throws. Godfrey bumped on the layup attempt. Para guilty of the foul. That's his first and the 7th against Franklin and Marshall. So they're over the limit, but it will be 2 free throws for Godfrey as it was a shooting foul. Davison re-enters for Franklin and Marshall to replace Thomas. And it's a trio of subs for Swarthmore. Mulvey, Visconti, and Harkins all return for the Garnet with 7:40 left in the half. Both free throws fall for Godfrey. Balanced attack today for Swarthmore, as the officials are going to have this as a side out. The shot clock wasn't running, so they'll take 2 seconds off the shot clock. Franklin and Marshall will inbound from right in front of their own bench. So 2 seconds come off the shot and game clock. Para will throw in. Sideman over to Nichols. Nichols into the paint, spins the other way, and the rebound pulled down by Visconti. Swarthmore works the ball on the perimeter. Now Harkins kicks outside. Godfrey, no good. Under 7 minutes left to play in the first half. Sideman knifes in. Can't connect on the step through. Nice move to create space. Just couldn't capitalize. Harkins on a pump fake. Left open. Yes! Connor Harkins, 4 for 4 from distance. He doesn't take credit. He's cash only today. Para on the drive, and he'll go to the stripe. The big man rumbles into the paint. Fouled on the play by Harkins. First personal foul against Connor Harkins, 4th team foul against Swarthmore. But what a performance by number 31, Connor Harkins. 4 for 4 from 3, 13 points to lead all scorers. 3 subs coming in for Swarthmore as Major Eason returns along with Vinny D'Angelo and George Corzine. Para banks in the second free throw. D'Angelo quick to get to the other end. What a find and a finish. Corzine with the bunny layup off a beautiful feed by Vinny D'Angelo. 18-point lead now for the Garnet, their biggest of the contest. Nichols kicks. Davison. High off glass, no go. And Corzine collects the miss. Harkins, tightly guarded, gives it up for Eason. Corzine on a pump fake, throws up the hook, and it drops through. George Corzine with the finish now, and it's a 20-point lead for Swarthmore. Para has it ripped away by Eason. 2-on-1 the other direction. But the pass stolen. Good defense by Perry. Nichols for 3, no. Good contest by the Garnet defensively. D'Angelo knifes in and finishes with the left hand. Vinny D'Angelo, a consistent threat going east to west. And it's a 22-point lead for the Garnet, who refuse to let up. A near steal taken away. Give Corzine the credit for the steal, and D'Angelo with the bunny. Franklin and Marshall needs a timeout. This one getting out of hand as Swarthmore takes a 24-point advantage with 4:38 left to play in the first half. We'll take a break. You're watching Swarthmore basketball live from Tarble Pavilion. with 4:38 left to play here in the first half. It's been a tale of two teams. Swarthmore can't miss. The Garnet are shooting 56% from the floor, 46% from three, and are leading the Diplomats 40-16. Franklin and Marshall just 6 for 20 from the floor as a squad, so they are struggling to find any semblance of offense. And it doesn't help them that the Garnet are on fire offensively. Chris Markowitz here at Tarble Pavilion as we get a whistle for a foul. Major Eason guilty of the personal foul. It's his first, team's fifth. Travis Cumber will inbound. First time we've seen Cumber since he picked up his second foul a minute and a half into the contest. Purse off target on the J, fight for the loose ball, and it's won by Suchi. That's a hustle play for number 22. Cumber fouled on the drive, so he'll go to the line. And big number 54, George Corzine, is guilty of the personal, his second, team's sixth. So here's Cumber at the free throw line. And that was his first free throw attempt of the year, but it's off target. George Visconti re-enters for Swarthmore along with Matt Mulvey. They replace Corzine and Eason with 4:15 to go here in the first half. Cumber 1 for 2 from the line, and it's a 23-point game. Swarthmore ahead, but an offensive foul here against Sala for an illegal screen.
Offensive fouls called on the bus. First personal for him. Dips gain possession.
First personal foul against Sala, who nearly comes away with the steal. Instead, it will be an inbound for the Diplomats from their own baseline. Thomas picked up by Ingram. He gets across the stripe. Sala with the deflection. Cumber secures it. Cumber knifes into the lane. Kicks to the corner. Good find for Feutner, but his entry pass deflected. Will stay here. Capri's dove to scoop it up, but couldn't secure the ball before sliding out of play. Just 4 seconds left on the shot clock. Cumber set to throw it in. Cumber with a good find. Suchi with the shot at the buzzer. No, the putback doesn't go. And a great deflection on the baseline, but the officials say that Capri's was out of bounds before he made the touch. It looked for a second like Michael Capri's swatted the ball off a Diplomat jersey, but the officials award possession of Franklin and Marshall. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Open triple from the corner is an air ball by Feutner. And this is a turnover as Feutner stepped out of bounds. Sub coming in for Swarthmore, it's Vinny D'Angelo. And he replaces Sala with 3:31 left in the first half. Full court pressure here by the Diplomats, trying to stir things up a bit. Swarthmore currently on a 13-3 run in the last 4 minutes and 47 seconds. But another turnover by the Garnet on an offensive foul by Mulvey. So turnovers have become a problem for the Garnet in the last few minutes. Franklin and Marshall looking to capitalize here. Purse throws in a layup off glass. Tough finish for Purse, and that's his first basket of the day. D'Angelo outside, Ingram, and the foul! Second 4-point play of the day for the Garnet. This time it's Ryan Ingram, and that was all net. The foul is against Kane Feutner, his second, as Ingram goes to the line. Ryan Ingram, to the excitement of his teammates, and he makes good on the free throw. Aiden Godfrey returns for Swarthmore, and Ingram will go to the bench as he gets some love for his teammates. It's a 25-point lead for Swarthmore, largest lead of the day for the Garnet. And as a team, Swarthmore 6 for 12 from distance here in the first half. Just scorching hot from long range. Here's a block on the baseline. Feutner gets the ball back. Cumber into the lane, kicks outside. Thomas to an open Feutner, and that's an air ball. Shot clock violation. Connor Harkins returns for Swarthmore with 2:12 left in the first half. Capri's goes to the sideline. Mulvey guarded by Thomas. Harkins on the drive. Visconti back to Harkins. D'Angelo. Harkins on a pump fake. D'Angelo, yes! Vinny D'Angelo drops in a tray. 7 3-pointers in the half now for Swarthmore. And the lead up to 28. Suchi on a step through, rejected by Godfrey. Thomas, baseline J, no good. The rebound to Suchi. 7 on the shot clock. It didn't reset on the air ball. Jumper no good for Cumber. And the loose ball secured by Visconti. Visconti spins into the lane, but can't connect. A minute left to play in the half. And this is a half that the Diplomats are going to want to forget, trailing by 28 as Thomas traveled. And the Garnet will take over with 48 seconds left here in the first period of play. Swarthmore shooting a blistering 57% from the floor and 54% from downtown. D'Angelo sets up the half-court offense. Godfrey over to D'Angelo. Off the window. Vinny D'Angelo heating up now as he has 13 points, tied for the game high with Harkins. Shot clock unplugged, so the Diplomats can hold for the final attempt of the half. But it's a 30-point lead for Swarthmore. Cumber kicks, and whoa, that's rejected by Godfrey. Punched into the front row. A statement block by Aiden Godfrey. He sent that one away from the penthouse. Cumber gets it in. Shot at the buzzer, no good for Pierce. And at the half, Swarthmore way ahead as the Garnet lead the Diplomats 49-19 through 20 minutes of play. We'll take a break as Swarthmore is all over Franklin and Marshall through the first half of action.
Across divisions, sports, championships, and schools for nearly 500,000 student athletes. College sports create lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. We've raised the academic bar, so more are earning degrees, creating healthier campuses by working with the nation's brightest minds, and making sure more have the chance to succeed and are supported on their journey. But beyond the numbers, it's about opportunity, and we're working to provide it for every student athlete.
It's not about where you were born. It's not about your gender. Or the color of your skin. Or whether you're rich, poor, or in the middle. No matter what you play, if you have the skill and drive to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
On and off the court, we're focused on creating lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. More college athletes are earning degrees than ever before, but we've still got work to do. That's why we're raising the bar for incoming freshmen, so they're prepared when they get to campus, and why teams can't play in championships unless they make the grade. Education matters, and putting academics first creates a pathway to a lifetime of opportunity. across divisions, sports, championships, and schools for nearly 500,000 student athletes. College sports create lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. We've raised the academic bar, so more are earning degrees, creating healthier campuses by working with the nation's brightest minds, and making sure more have the chance to succeed and are supported on their journey. But beyond the numbers, it's about opportunity, and we're working to provide it for every.
It's not about where you were born. It's not about your gender or the color of your skin, or whether you're rich, poor, or in the middle. No matter what you play, if you have the skill and drive to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
On and off the court, we're focused on creating lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. More college athletes are earning degrees than ever before, but we've still got work to do. That's why we're raising the bar for incoming freshmen, so they're prepared when they get to campus, and why teams can't play in championships unless they make the grade. Education matters, and putting academics first creates a pathway to a lifetime of opportunity. Across divisions, sports, championships, and schools for nearly 500,000 student athletes. College sports create lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. We've raised the academic bar, so more are earning degrees, creating healthier campuses by working with the nation's brightest minds, and making sure more have the chance to succeed and are supported on their journey. But beyond the numbers, it's about opportunity, and we're working to provide it for every student athlete.
It's not about where you were born. It's not about your gender or the color of your skin, whether you're rich, poor, or in the middle. No matter what you play, if you have the skill and drive to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
On and off the court, we're focused on creating lifelong opportunity, and that starts with education. More college athletes are earning degrees than ever before, but we've still got work to do. That's why we're raising the bar for incoming freshmen, so they're prepared when they get to campus. And why teams can't play in championships unless they make the grade. Education matters, and putting academics first creates a pathway to a lifetime of opportunity.
It's on us.
All of us.
Second half
it's time
about
to
to get
act now.
underway
We are
here
calling
from
you,
Tarble
all of you.
Pavilion.
All
Chris
Centennial
Marshall's on the
Conference
call,
student athletes
and
to join our cause.
Swarthmore, the
That
number
It's On
18
Us
team
pledge
in the
is a
nation,
personal commitment
way
to
out
keep men
in
and
front of
women
Franklin
safe from
and
sexual
Marshall.
assault.
The Garnet
It's a
lead
promise
the
to not be a
Diplomat
bystander to the
49-19,
problem,
thanks
but to be a part of the
hot
solution.
shooting
As a
first
Centennial
half.
Conference student athlete, I am
Swarthmore
proud
shot
to take the pledge.
I pledge
58.6%
to
from
create
the
an
floor
environment
and
where men and women
53.8%
feel
from
safe.
three.
To hold friends
In the
accountable
first half
if what
of
they're doing
action,
is
they were
wrong.
led
To never
by
blame the victim.
Connor
1/5 of
Harkins,
women
who was
and
a
1/16 of men are sexually
three.
assaulted in college.
And
It's
had
on us.
13 points
It's on us.
tied with
To
Vinny
stop
D'Angelo,
sexual
who
assault.
had 13
To be
points
more
as
than
well
a
in the first
bystander.
half.
Intervene if a
Franklin
friend is
and
doing
Marshall,
something that could
meanwhile,
lead to
had
sexual
struggled
assault.
offensively.
It's
They
on
were led
us.
It's on us.
by
It's on us.
To help others.
To stand up,
22,
to step in, and to take responsibility.
It's on
who had
us.
6
It's on
points
us.
in the
To
first
take
half.
reports of sexual
They
assault
struggled.
seriously.
To change the way we talk about women.
To be part of the solution, not part of the problem.
To
look out for others.
Anyone can be the
The floor in the first half. Both teams scoreless on their first possessions here in the second half as Ingram dribbles guarded by Nichols. Happy to have you with us here today. Three-pointer rattles around the rim. D'Angelo can't connect, and Parra secures the miss. Nichols swings, Cumber back over to Nichols. Cumber on a baseline drive, the reverse no go. D'Angelo knifes into the lane and he is fouled. John Seidman guilty of the foul. That's his first and the first team foul. D'Angelo, pull-up J from 12. No good off the back iron, and Para fouled on the rebound. Capri's guilty of the contact.
Swarthmore fouls on number 50, Michael Caprice. First foul of the game for him.
Seidman across the logo. Para, right elbow. Great feed and the layup by Cumber, thanks to a beautiful delivery by Josh Para. Ingram throws up the floater. It's short. Capri's rips in the offensive board, and a foul occurs away from the ball. Para guilty of the foul. And that is his second.
Second foul of the game. Garnet will inbound.
20 seconds on the shot clock for Swarthmore. The Garnet still looking for their first bucket of the second half, as 2 minutes have gone by since the teams returned from the locker room. Visconti on the drive, absorbs the contact and lays it in. Whistles were silent, but Visconti able to finish. Visconti with 4 points now. He's been quiet offensively, but he hasn't had to do much, as the Garnet have gotten so many contributions today. Whistle here. Seidman takes a tumble. Fouled on the play by George Visconti. 3 subs come in for Swarthmore. Sala, Mulvey, and Corzine all enter for the Garnet with 17 minutes and 28 seconds to play here in the second half. Cumber on the drive, no good on the scoop shot. Ingram, off a hesitation, lost the ball. Last touch by Para. So Swarthmore has it on the baseline. Swarthmore unbeaten in conference action, ranked number 18 in the nation right now. Step back triple from the corner is off target for Mulvey. Seidman spins into a right-hand layup, and it drops through. Nice take by Seidman. It's a 28-point game. Seidman today with 4 points, a rebound, and a foul as the ball goes out of play. Turnover by Swarthmore. So after a blazing first half offensively, the Garnet have mustered just 2 points in the first 3 minutes and 18 seconds of the second half. Seidman off a hesitation, blocked, but a foul is called. Nice move by Seidman to generate the contact. Mulvey guilty of the blocking foul, and Seidman will go to the free throw line.
To the line for the visitors to shoot 2, it's John Seidman.
Into the game for the first time today is Justin Tucker, the 6'6" forward out of Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Tucker in his senior campaign here at Swarthmore. Seidman connects for both free throws, and it's a 26-point game. Pressure here by Nichols. Sala knifes into the lane, kick ball called. It was Pierce who stuck his right foot out to obstruct the pass. Godfrey comes back in and replaces Corzine with 16 minutes and 19 seconds to go in the second half. Baseline jumper is good for Justin Tucker, who scores less than 15 seconds into coming into the action. Cumber fouled by Eason. Second foul on Eason, fourth team foul. Here's Seidman, who has the last 4 points for the Diplomats. Seidman around a screen from Para. Seidman, no good on the scoop shot, and Tucker collects the miss in the corner. Sala swings to Mulvey, pull-up jumper, yes! Matt Mulvey drops it in from 10 feet, and the lead back up to 30 for Swarthmore. Para in the post, on the baseline, no good, and it's a fight for possession on the baseline. Kick to the corner, open triple off target for Pierce. Tucker kicks to the corner. Godfrey. Now Eason to Godfrey. And that's all net on the floater from 8 feet. Godfrey with 6 points in 8 minutes today as Eason comes away with a steal. Eason with the feed for Godfrey, and he's fouled. Hustle play by Major Eason to steal the ball away from Travis Cumber. And he sets up his man with free throws. That foul is on Pierce, his third. And the officials say the foul was on the floor, so no free throws, but an inbound from the baseline for Swarthmore. 27 seconds on the shot clock. Mulvey thought about shooting, instead had to pass. It's stolen away by Perry, who can't finish but is fouled. Tucker guilty of the contact, so Jake Perry will shoot a pair from the free throw line. Mark Succi waits to check in for the Diplomats with 14 minutes and 30 seconds left to play in regulation. Looking ahead for Swarthmore, their next contest will be on the road at Johns Hopkins, and that's going to be a good one. Johns Hopkins ranked number 12 in the nation right now. Also unbeaten in conference action, so it'll be a battle of the two conference powers on January 11th. That's set for an 8 p.m. tip-off. Sala, guarded by Nichols. Mulvey up top. Tucker with the tough finish. Justin Tucker has provided a spark off the bench for Swarthmore here in the second half. He's 2 for 2 from the floor with 4 points, and it's a 32-point lead for the Garnet. Nice feed on the baseline, but Davison can't make the layup. Sala over to Mulvey. Eason puts it on the deck. Three-pointer off target for Godfrey. And here come the Diplomats the other way. Pierce. Now Davison. Pierce on a spin through two defenders, blocked by Godfrey. So we'll stay here. Charles re-enters for the Diplomats, along with Julian Thomas. Jared Groff comes in for Swarthmore, joined by TJ Chapman. So Groff and Chapman into the game for the first time today. So everybody getting some action today for the Garnet. Three-pointer off target for Suchi. Here's Chapman the other way. Chapman, a junior guard out of Shaker, Ohio. Mulvey wiggles into the paint. His layup no good. Perry to Davison, who bobbled the catch. So instead of putting up the three, he had to swing. Perry. 7 seconds to shoot. Davison. No good. Had a quality look, but couldn't complete the bunny. Tucker swings for Chapman. Chapman will head to the line. Oh, took some tough contact there as Suchi landed on him. Incidental contact. Suchi went up to contest the shot. The foul is on Davison, and Chapman appears to be okay. So he'll head to the line and shoot two. Chapman this year averaging 3 minutes a game. This will be his first trip to the free throw line. And three subs come in for Swarthmore. Eason returns along with Julian Levin and Roman Hines, who both enter for the first time today. Levin, a 6'5" junior from Potomac, Maryland, and Hines, a 6'9" freshman from Montego Bay, Jamaica. And Montego Bay, Jamaica, one of my favorite places in the world. Had a chance to visit there a few years ago. Absolutely gorgeous. Wish I was there right now in the winter months of January here in the Northeast. But happy to be here, catching some basketball at Tarble Pavilion as Thomas can't connect on the layup. Ball goes out of play. It's going to be an inbound for the Garnet. 11 minutes and 32 seconds to play in regulation. Swarthmore ahead by 34 points. Chapman lost the ball. Turnover for the Garnet. So with a massive lead here, Landry Kosmalski has an opportunity to play some of his bench players and get them some experience here. The starters and key players are resting on the bench. Connor Harkins, a perfect 4 for 4 today. All 4 of his shots came from three-point distance. As the shot by Suchi off the mark, but he's fouled. And the call is against Julian Levin.
Swarthmore fouls on number 52, Julian Levin.
Suchi today with that free throw now has 7 points, which leads the Diplomats. As a team in this game now, Franklin and Marshall 9 for 42 from the floor. That's just 21% from the field, so it's been a rough shooting day for the Diplomats. Contact away from the ball, and an offensive foul is called as Para barreled into Roman Hines. Third foul of the day against Para, 5th team foul. And they get the foul against Charles, so check that. Sebastian Charles called for the infraction. Into the game now for Swarthmore, number 20, Chuck Sweat, the 6'4" sophomore out of Illinois. So everybody getting a chance to getting involved here for Swarthmore. Corner triple, money. Major Eason knocks it down. 8th triple of the game for Swarthmore. That's their first 3-ball of the second half. And Swarthmore 8 for 17 from downtown today. Para, no good on the close range shot. Triple from the corner, short for Perry. Suchi with the second chance here. He backs in and gets called for a travel. Alec White, the 6'5" senior from San Diego, California, comes into the game for the first time today. Omar Nichols returns and replaces Sebastian Charles for the Diplomats. And Kane Feutner re-enters and takes the place of Mark Suchi. We're midway through the second half. Swarthmore ahead by 36 points, largest lead today for the Garnet. Sweat, short from 3. Second chance goes to Chapman. Hines trapped in the corner, his pass stolen by Perry. Nichols turns the corner. Thomas into the lane, ball stripped away. And now a whistle as Eason absorbs the contact, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Jake Perry guilty of the foul. Second foul against Perry, and the 6th team foul called against Franklin and Marshall. Here's Eason, who's had some nice moments today for Swarthmore. 4 points for the junior guard, who's played 10 minutes today. And it's been a balanced game for him. He's got 4 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and 3 steals. Eason hits both free throws, and the lead up to 38 now for Swarthmore. Nichols dives to the floor and calls a timeout. Didn't have any options left. So with 9:05 left in regulation, we'll take a break. Swarthmore dominant today, ahead of Franklin and Marshall, 66-28. Welcome back into Tarble Pavilion, where Swarthmore leads Franklin and Marshall 66-28. The Diplomats haven't seen a single ray of sunshine in this game. Chris Markowitz here at Tarble Pavilion, and the Garnet absolutely dominant as the shot clock runs out. And it's a turnover for Franklin and Marshall. Swarthmore in complete control down the stretch here. It's no accident. They've shot well and played great team defense. Eason kicks. Three-pointer buried from distance by Justin Tucker. And it's stat inflation time for the Garnet, as they can do no wrong here, ahead by 41. And now a foul is called on Para. Offensive foul. It's his third, 17th foul, but no free throws because it was an offensive foul. Groff will inbound from the far sideline. Chapman gets it across the timeline, where it's stolen away by Nichols, and he's fouled in transition. Tucker with the foul, so it will be free throws for Nichols, as Franklin and Marshall is in the bonus. So here's Nichols at the line shooting a 1-and-1. He buries the first, so he'll have a second. First point of the day for Nichols. It's been a frustrating afternoon for the sophomore guard, who averages 12 points per contest. Swarthmore came out early with a loud bark as Connor Harkins drained all 4 of his three-point shots in the first half. He had an early 4-point play. Para with a nasty block on the baseline. We'll stay here. And the three-point shots were flowing like a river in the first half for Swarthmore. That helped build their huge advantage, as the J is buried by Groff. Jared Groff pushes the lead back to 41, and Swarthmore is on another level today. Scoop shot is good for Cumber. So Travis Cumber with 5 points now. Chapman drops it off. The floater falls for Hines. And so many different members of the Swarthmore roster have been able to hear their name called today by the PA announcer, as Para is fouled on the drive.
Swarthmore fouls, call number 33, Roman Hines, first personal. Shooting 2 for the visitors, Josh Para.
17 different players have gotten time here today for the Garnet. And 14 of those 17 have scored, as Para is off target on his first free throw. So what a performance as a unit by Swarthmore today. Chapman with a couple agile moves to get across the timeline. Corner triple, money. Chuck Sweat from distance. Everybody contributing now for Swarthmore. Just 2 players of the 17 left without scoring. Layup on the other end goes for Cumber. Chapman with a nice move, open for 3. Doesn't go, oh man. The bench would have gone nuts, but it's a 3-on-1 the other way for Franklin and Marshall. Nichols corner triple, no go. And he's fouled from behind. A pair of subs re-enter for the Diplomats. Pierce checks in, and actually Jake Seaherman has to wait. He's checking in for the shooter. Swarthmore with 3 subs into the contest now. 6:32 left to play here at Tarble Pavilion. Nichols hits the first. And it's been a relatively poor performance today for Nichols, who is normally a dynamic scorer for Franklin and Marshall. He cans both free throws and is replaced by Jake Seaherman, a 6'1" junior out of New York, New York. Swarthmore ahead by 39. Victory will be absolute today for the Garnet. As Eason, no good on the layup, but he's fouled, so he'll go back to the line. Major Eason has done some nice things today. Talked about it earlier. He's been able to generate shots for his teammates by going on the drive and creating looks. He's put a lot of defenders in the blender today and has been looking through his rearview mirror to see some of his opponents. Both free throws fall for Eason, lead back up to 41. It's seesawing right now between 41 and 39 points. Whistle here and a foul against Swarthmore, so free throws coming up for Cumber. We'll look ahead once again at the schedule for the Garnet. Next up is Johns Hopkins, another unbeaten team in conference action. And that's going to be a fun matchup. Johns Hopkins ranked number 12 in the country right now. And they were victorious once again today. They knocked off Haverford 80-61, so both Johns Hopkins and Swarthmore by the end of today will be 5-0 in conference action, ranked in the nation leading up to that game. After the Johns Hopkins matchup, the Garnet will return home to take on a Washington College. That will be on Thursday, January 13th, scheduled for an 8 p.m. tip-off. Next up for Franklin and Marshall, the Diplomats will be on the road to take on a Washington College. That's a Tuesday game with a 6 p.m. tip-off, and then they'll be back home to take on Gettysburg on Thursday the 13th. Chapman makes both free throws, so he has 4 points in the contest now. 42-point lead, the largest today for Swarthmore. Nice reverse layup by Cumber. Swarthmore has had no shortage of fuel today. Everybody who's come onto the hardwood has contributed. Para into the lane, and he lays it in. Looked like he was going to go for a dunk. Eason was down on the floor, though, so that kept him from going airborne. Chapman goes coast to coast. His lefty layup, no good. Levin secures the miss, but it's stolen away. And the Garnet's confidence as a unit soaring here this afternoon. They've done hardly anything wrong. Whistle here, and the foul is going to be against Purse. So more free throws as 3 subs wait to check in for Swarthmore. It's Hines, Tucker, and Groff. Davison waits to check back in for the Diplomats along with Perry. It's garbage time basketball here at Tarble Pavilion. This game well in hand now. Eason has been a treat to watch today. 7 points for Major Eason. Make it 8. And he's been perfect from the free throw line. Those 8 points are a season high for Major Eason, the junior out of Madison, Wisconsin. Corner 3 ball, good. Sam Davison drops it in from distance. Groff across the timeline. Good defense by Davison to shut off the drive, but the triple is net for Justin Tucker. 10 points now for Tucker. He's a perfect 4 for 4 from the floor and 2 for 2 from distance. This is fun to watch. What a performance. Nice cut and a finish by Perry. Tucker's game high this year, or season high I should say, was 3 points against Stevens back on January 2nd, so he's well surpassed that with 10 points today. Steal by Perry, and it's a breakaway chance for the Diplomats. Para into the lane, and he is fouled. Hines guilty of the contact, so Para will go back to the line. Para today has 7 points and 7 rebounds. Checking back in now for Swarthmore is Julian Levin, and TJ Chapman. They greet their teammates on the floor with 3:23 to go in regulation. Para no good on the second free throw. Seidman backs in and connects off glass. Seidman now with 8 points in the contest. Floater off target for Groff. Turnaround hook shot, no good for Hines. Davison, corner triple, money. Sam Davison with a three-pointer. He's got 2 triples in the ball game. This shot counts and the foul. Chapman drops it in. And he'll go to the line for one more. 6 points now for TJ Chapman. Alec White back into the game. And those 6 points are a season high for Chapman. He had scored just 1 basket this season coming into today. It was a bucket against Haverford back on November 30th. But he has 7 points tonight. Alec White and Julian Levin, the only 2 players for Swarthmore who haven't scored yet. So they'll have a couple chances with 2 minutes and 20 seconds left to play as Levin rips in the rebound. And he is fouled, so Levin will go to the line with a chance to shoot 2. Third foul of the day against Charles. Levin scoreless this season, the junior out of Potomac, Maryland. And Levin knocks in the free throw. First point of the year for Levin, and the only man left out of the scoring column right now is Alec White. So feed him the ball, Swarthmore. Get it done. Get everybody involved. I'd love to see 17 different scorers in a box score. I'd love to see how Matt Judge fits that all on one sheet of paper as well here. Doing an excellent job as the SID for the Garnet this year. Layup on the other end, good for Feutner, and a timeout taken by the Diplomats with $1:59 left to play. And it's a timeout just to get substitutions in, so neither team will go to the bench. And let's see if they get the ball to White here. Deflection on the inbound, it stays with Swarthmore. Groff over to Levin. Corner triple for Sweat, short. There's White on the baseline. He tries a shot, no good, gets his own miss. The putback doesn't go for Sweat. And here comes Franklin and Marshall the other way. Whistle here, and it's a foul off ball. Groff guilty of the infraction, so free throws here for Feutner with $1:25 left to play. Hines will re-enter after the first free throw. Swarthmore has scored 90 points today. That's the second highest total of the season as the Garnet defeated Misericordia 94-69 in their season opener back on November 12th. So they've got a chance to eclipse that season high with a couple baskets here down the stretch. Just the second time this season they've scored 90 points or more, but Swarthmore's averaging 82 points per contest, which is the best scoring average in the Centennial this season. Their only loss this year came against Widener back on November 20th. But they've looked incredible here today. A minute left to play. Contact, no whistle as the ball goes out of bounds, deflected out by Feutner. Just 2 seconds left on the shot clock, so the Garnet will have to fire it up in a hurry. And the prayer goes unanswered for TJ Chapman, so the Diplomats take over on the turnover. Thomas doesn't get the bounce. White with the rebound. Here come the Garnet the other way. 5 seconds separate the shot and game clock. Chapman. Yes! Why not? TJ Chapman with the finishing touches. Swarthmore scores 93 points today as the ball goes out of play with 13 seconds left in the action. And the Garnet 12 for 24 from downtown. What a show they put on from behind the three-point line. And that turnover is going to do it. Swarthmore can dribble out the clock. 16 players score today for the Garnet, 4 score in double figures. And it's an absolute blowout as Swarthmore defeats Franklin and Marshall 93-56. Swarthmore improves to 11-1 on the year and 5-0 in conference action. Franklin and Marshall falls to 4-7 on the year and 1-3 in conference play. And Swarthmore remains unbeaten as they'll head on the road on Tuesday to take on number 12 ranked Johns Hopkins, and that is going to be a good one, so tune in for that. A successful doubleheader here at Swarthmore as both the women's and the men's teams for the Garnet come away with victories. That's going to do it for us here tonight from Tarble Pavilion. Thank you so much for joining us. For our crew here,